Hello and welcome to another episode of Warhammer Motorsport. My name is Oliver and today we are installing these beautiful Yellow Speed Racing coilovers. They are fully adjustable. We're going to put them on. Alright, so thanks for tuning in. We're going to install these bad boys today. These are Yellow Speed Racing Pro Plus coilovers. Now these are two-way adjusting, so they can adjust height-wise and then they can adjust with the rebound dampening as well. And then the fronts, they have camber plates as well, as you can see right there. Let's flip it up. You see right here, they're camber plates, so I can adjust the camber as well once we get to the alignment. So these are what the fronts look like, your standard coilover. And let me show you the back because it's pretty interesting. So on the rear of this car, the suspension is in two separate pieces. You have the shock absorber and you have the spring, two separate pieces. Now this kit, it's all in one. So I have the height adjustment and then I have the rebound and rebound dampening adjustment on here as well. Even when this is installed, I can adjust the dampening setting. So as I'm going around the track, hey, I want it a little bit more stiff. Hey, I want it a little bit more soft. I can go to all four corners and I can adjust it independently. So these also came with adjustable front sway bar links. I am running the stock front sway bar with an aftermarket strut tower brace. Now, I don't know if I want to run a front sway bar. I don't think I need one necessarily, but we've got adjustable sway bar links here, so we can, if we do end up getting an aftermarket one, we can make sure that it fits. All right, so now you know what we're installing. We're going to get into the actual procedure now. Okay, so when you're installing coilovers, what you need to do is you need to measure and make sure all of them are the same length. As in, the fronts are the same length and the rears are the same length. Now, these are not adjustable using these locking rings right here. So usually these locking rings, you take them apart, you adjust them, and you can do it on the car, no big deal. But these rings are here to set the spring rate. Now, the front spring rates are 16K. Now, what that means, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. But it's a really, really strong spring rate. Each coilover set, spring, stock suspension, it all has different spring rates. And what that determines is how much rebound you have as you're going into a corner or going over bumps. That's how easily or how hard this spring will compress, okay? So this is what sets the spring rate here on this setup. Now, the way these adjust is by turning the bottom down here, okay? Now, if I have it on the car and I want to adjust it, I have to pull it out of the steering knuckle, adjust it, put it back in the knuckle, let everything set back down. So it's a hassle, but you know what? It will be worth it. Now, these camber plates, I'm going to leave them flush where they are right now. There's no need to adjust them at the moment. Once we go to the alignment shop, and they're the ones that are going to be doing the corner balance and the alignment, right? Once we do that, what we can play with that camber adjustment. This is also rebound dampening adjustment. So I can tell the strut inside here how much strength or how much force it can withstand or how much force it takes to compress it. So I can add fluid or take fluid away, and what that does is it stiffens up the strut or it softens up the strut. So this is a crazy setup. Still trying to wrap my head around it. Once we go to the alignment shop, they're going to help us out with it because they're the ones that do all of the NASA alignments and corner balancing for all the race cars. So they're going to be able to help us out and dial in the suspension. So I'm going to measure all of these. I'm going to make sure they're all the same height, front and rear together, and then we're going to start taking components off and installing this new suspension. These are set, both of them are even, and we are ready to start putting these on the vehicle. So we're gonna take the wheel out, we're gonna take the old strut out, and then we're gonna place these in. So let's do it. All right, now we got the wheel off. Let me show you what we've got inside of here. All right, so we've got brake line here. We've got the wheel speed sensor coming down here, as you can see right there, wheel speed sensor and brake line. All right, so this needs to come off, this needs to come off. The brake line needs to be separated here, and then the speed sensor needs to be taken out. And also, if you got mag ride like I do, this needs to come off. So when you drop this, this doesn't all pull out. Okay, so this needs to be undone. These need to be undone. That needs to be taken out. All right, now once that's done, we can take our sway bar link out. All right, so these come out right here. Pretty sure they're 16s or 18s. I think it's 18s. They come out there. Then this comes out right here. This is a hex 12. This is a 12. If it's not, I'll let you know. That comes out. This is another 18 that comes out right there. Then underneath, there's these three right here. Now these three right here, these are 16s. All right, so when these come off, this thing can flex. This control arm can flex. Then, next thing you need to do is remove this bolt and take your headlight adjustment out. You need to do that because this will stretch. You don't want it damaged, right? So this comes out, these three bolts come out, and then you can move the control arm. You need to remove the wheel speed sensor, the brake line, and the wire that goes to the mag ride, as well as the speed sensor. You need to disconnect this bolt right here. You need to disconnect the control arm. Then, if you can see this back here, you need a spreader to spread the knuckle open so this strut can just separate and you can just slide right out. Now the best way to do that is put some WD around there as you're taking all the bolts out, so the WD can just slowly ease its way down the knuckle, and it's going to make it a lot easier to take out. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, we're ready to disconnect everything. Let me just go through the tools one more time. So we've got a 10 mil right here to do the headlight adjusting bracket right there. We've got a 16 and an 18. The 18s go here and on the actual knuckle itself. The 16 goes underneath on these bolts on the control arm. I got some long deep sockets as well as these stubbies. And then I was actually wrong, it's not a 12, it's a 14 hex that goes on here. Now I'm gonna do my best to use the impact on all of this, but I think there are a couple bolts that do require an actual hand ratchet, but we'll see. So, here we go.
motion. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
All right, and there we go. The stock strut is out, and now it's time to put in the new one. Just look at the difference in height. Man, it's gonna be crazy. All right, so we've done the driver's side. Now we're gonna move on to the passenger side. I'm just gonna blitz right through it. You saw what I did and what I took off on the driver's side. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, go ahead and drop it in the comments section below, and I will answer them as best as I can. So here we go, passenger side, all the way through. Let's do it.
Choppers, better took those risks. Hold one of my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look at my eyes, I'm on the rocks.
All right, so we are halfway done. That is the front. That is the driver's side, passenger side. First thing we did, we leveled them. Then we took the suspension off, put the new ones in. Now I'm gonna put the wheels on and see what it looks like with our new wheels. We'll see how low it is. I don't know. Let's check it out. All right, so we are moving on to the rear. Now this is where the stock is in two pieces. We've got the shock and the spring, and our new kit is fully combined. So I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to do. I think it's gonna be more stable, but only time will tell, and getting on the track is the only way to find out. So we're gonna remove the shock, we're gonna remove the spring, and we're gonna go ahead and install the new coilover.
Choppers, better took those risks. Hold one of my fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look at my eyes, I'm on the rocks.
All right, and there you have it. We are all back together. Looks really, really good. All we need to do now is take it over to JMP Autoworks, get a balance, get the wheel balance, get alignment, get a corner balance, so everything is all equal. We're not just diagonally on one side, but we are all together. kind of it was okay. Went in fine. The height adjustment, that was really what got me, especially in the back, just because it's all one piece instead of two separate pieces. But we got it in. It looks really flush now, so going to take it over, like I said, to JMP Auto Works. They're going to go ahead and quarter balance it, align it, and they're going to mount and balance my slicks on my new Motegi wheels. And then the next video you're going to see is me at Chuckwalla Raceway doing some craziness. Who knows, I might slide and crash, I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. It's all appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one where we're going to be at Chuckwalla Raceway. It's going to be fun.